All the links you need to join my chat or take action on the course or the mentorship are here. Otherwise, click that Twitter link to private message me. Over this weekend, many people were profiting in the chat. If you want to become a student, I do offer one-to-one mentorship or have a course for anyone that doesn't have too much time. If you just want to be part of the chat, all the links that you need are found in the description and comment section below. So you can either just become a member and join the chat or actually take action and become a student. How's it going, YouTube? It's Louis Crypto here. I'm back with another quant update for you all. It's exciting times. This is what we've been waiting for these last 6-7 months. We've just wanted some movement in a direction. If you want to go down, Quant, just go down. If you want to go up, Quant, just go up, because honestly, for 10 months now, we're pretty much at the same price point, because July last year we were around similar prices. Look, even in July we topped out at somewhere around $115 with a low of about $77 last July. So you could even say we're now trapped between this point and this point. This becomes our range, if you want to say, with the wicks, if you want to say. But of course there are a load of other supports, like in and around this area over here, just like that. There's supports over here. There's support, yeah, an area of support right over here. There's the $100 support. There's many supports, but we were focused on the $100 level, because even early in the beginning of the year, or just before the beginning of the year, back in December, somewhere over here, we were saying this could potentially be, after such a violent dump down, this could potentially be a head and shoulders pattern. If we lose the $100, as we were over here, I said we've got this head and shoulders with a target down at $45 to $50. No one wanted to hear it. We didn't even break out in the end, so the target was never valid, and I gave this small double bottom as well as this larger double bottom, with both targets being met. But the second one right there, smaller one, was met, I think, somewhere over here. And targets were met. We started retracing as we did the dead cat bounce scenario, which is what I warned of, which is when price, after such a dump, needs to come back to about halfway of that dump. So there we go, between the 0.5 and the 0.618. What is in between? That bear market box. The bear market box was from some TA. Oh gosh, massive black flies in the office. Oh, get away. But sorry guys, but yeah, this bear market box came from $150, this psychological level of support back over here, where I gave this old head and shoulders pattern over on Quant back in 2021. Again, not many people wanted to hear it. There were multiple times where we missed the target, because my target was down at about 70 over here. We came back to 150, getting laughed at, but we eventually returned down there. And yeah, I told you guys to re-enter at 50, and it was about over up here. I said on the retest of this is a sell signal, because we need to pull away and have another go at it. And until we get back above this, even over here, when we came back up to 150, we actually went above 150. 150 is the bottom red line. So if I get rid of that, you can see we did go above that red line. It was an area, but even back then on the videos, I was saying, it's not even a bull market until we're getting back above this. So the same situation again, we ran into that, and this is where I told you to sell. I also posted some updates on Twitter over the last week, where I showed a video from back in October time, where I said at about $180 or something like that, somewhere around $180, I said we could be returning anywhere between $75 to $90, all the way back up there. Of course, we had to wait months and months, and we're not even at 75. But it's quite interesting that so many months later, we had a head and shoulders pattern over here. Although early on when we started to come down, I was calling for this to be a head and shoulders. We did not break the neckline, so you continue going up to that dead cat bounce scenario situation over here, where we have a deep pull down, you retrace, and then continue back down to the low. This is a dead cat bounce scenario, or a descending triangle. That's all it is. Within that, we created a new head and shoulders pattern, which again, a lot of people did not like the sound of at all. I understand, I want Quant to go up too, but there's no point in lying to you. I'd be lying to myself. So I like to bring the reality, and unfortunately not many Quant pages do that. So make sure you do subscribe, like this video, comment below for the algorithm so it pushes it out to more people. If you could share this update, and it will really benefit the channel. It will grow us as quickly as possible to 10,000 subscribers. So yeah, that would be much appreciated. We've done all this hard work getting the channel to 5K all throughout the bear market. We haven't really had up since I've had this channel, apart from this situation over here, which we actually called exactly, telling you to buy off this $50 area. I'm going to show you very quickly how I got this buy signal for you guys. It's the special quant chart. The special quant chart actually shows that it's gone down to 45, which is actually our target anyway, around that area, 45 to 50. But I would just ignore this because it hasn't happened anywhere across any quant charts, just on this special quant chart. So the reason why I told you guys to actually buy down here on about $50. Oh, this fly keeps flying in my face. The reason why I told you to buy down here is because this 200 weekly EMA appeared for the very first time. So it wasn't there. It wasn't on that spinning top. We wanted a retest of it. So it was right there. And I already explained why we decided to sell up here. And in and around that area, we were calling for this, whatever, demise or whatever you want to call it. Going back to the daily time frame, we can see that's while below this neckline over here, the target down to 75 or 77-ish is valid. So I would be using an area rather than this line over here. We have some confluence as this target of ours is in between two fib levels that are targets for when you lose the one fib level. So that is actually yet to be lost. You can actually create a box of support between $94 and $100. So while still holding above this, you can get bounces. We're seeing that today. Please go ahead and watch today's Bitcoin update. In fact, guys, the Bitcoin update just came out at like 4 something PM. But in fact, we've been talking about this all day long in the Discord community. If you want to be part of the Discord community, where I've got some new updated levels, you can go check them out. So there's new updated bits over here. We're going to be, oh, of course, I was sharing my investments anyway, but now I'm including levels to DCA on, as well as, of course, bull market targets. This is in there anyway. Chart patterns for you guys to trade if you choose to. Weekly group mentorship calls to learn as a group so I can teach you, as well as looking at new cryptos and charts to trade, of course. Yeah, I'm basically just posting everything that I'm doing. Look, during this recording, Quant has now hit $100. And this is because over the last few days in the community, as well as in the YouTube updates, we've been talking about this falling wedge, which we found on Bitcoin. Yeah, here we go. So, of course, I would recommend going to that Bitcoin update because this is not in depth on Bitcoin at all, but I'm just showing you the actual pattern over here, which is the falling wedge, and in the last few days we've actually created a reversal candlestick pattern. So that's why we're getting this pump with Bitcoin. And as I've updated you over on my Twitter as well, this is why we're getting this is what would suggest us getting bounces on other coins. So heading back over to Quant, I think it is the KuCoin chart that we have been using. Yes, it is. So yeah, we've hit $100 again, trying to reclaim it. With Bitcoin within this falling wedge, if it were to break through those moving averages and out of the falling wedge, then you could really well be saying that Quant has come down to where it needs to, and we're looking to reverse right now. But again, as I've said multiple times on the channel, we would need a break back above the head and shoulders neckline, which is a roughly 120. But I made it easier for you over the last few updates. Let's wait for a break above $124. I know this is a 25% pump, but you could pump 25% to that area and still go for new lows. This is why we need to wait until price is actually above. By the time it is above this point, you can see we would be above the 200 EMA. But while beneath, again, any pumps into that area should just be like a dead cat bounces or just fake bounces, just bull traps essentially. So that's what could be going on right now. Make sure you tune into that today's Bitcoin update so you have further guidance with what Quant is going to do. But as this is short-term bouncing over on Bitcoin, Quant will also short-term bounce. If we do go ahead and reclaim $100 after heading all the way down to 95 today, which was $1 off this wick over here. Again, this is still being held as support. We would like to see a daily reclaim of $100. Let's wait for this weekly candle close. If the weekly candle closes above 100, this is a great statement for the immediate short term. Because if you've been remembering from the last few updates over here on Quant, we've been saying multiple times on the channel, this area is our support. This area is our resistance. So we will be ranging between the two until a breakout is decided. And of course, $100 was the psychological level that we have been using. But I even said multiple times on the channel that we could just go below 100 quickly and reclaim it, simply because we need to lose $94 as well. So once $194 is clear, then there's nothing in the way stopping us really from coming down to the 1.272, because the loss of $94 is the loss of the 1 fib level. After coming down from the FTX capitulation, this is our lowest point. Of course, there's lower points beforehand, but Since FTX capitulated, that is our lowest point. If we go ahead and lose this area, which is $94 to $100, then of course there are other key levels of support in the way. But from a technical aspect, when you lose to the 1 fib level, you should at least go to the 1.272. As the target is below the 1.272, it would make sense to believe the 1414 would be met, and this is $75. And this is something that I've suggested ever since October last year, guys. So if you appreciate that, smash that like button. Of course, subscribe so you're kept up to date with what Quant could actually do. And of course, when we come into the future, when prices are going up, I'll be bringing the reality back then, back over there as well, because in those moments, everyone's just saying, it's going to go to 10,000, it's going to go to 100K, Quant, there's less tokens than Bitcoin, only have 10 Quant and you're going to be a millionaire, and all this garbage. So if you want the truth, then yeah, just stick around on the channel. If we were to, of course, lose this key area of support over here, the last few days we have been suggesting that we could get moves somewhat like this. So a break of this support, flipping it into resistance, coming down to these targets. As these are your first set of targets, this target being met out of the smaller head and shoulders over here, but still below $100, which is the validation point of the target down towards 50 out of this larger descending triangle over here. Then this first target would just suggest a somewhat of a bounce from this area over here that might even come all the way back up a little bit above 100, but then eventually should actually continue lower. Okay, so if we were to come down to this area, I would believe that the bounce is false unless proven otherwise. Proven otherwise is reclaiming it, holding its support, extend that into the future, rejecting it, climbing back above it, breaking above the bear market box, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of work to do, guys. We've got USA stuff in America going crazy, but we've got some bullish news from coming out of China. It's scary times. No one really knows what's on the fundamental side, what is actually going to happen. This is one of the levels I'm going to be DCAing at. There are of course other levels that I've already posted in the chat with some targets to the downside, as you can see over here. If you want some more private thoughts over in my Discord community, then become a member, whether that's just taking action through the memberships over on my Buy Me a Beer link, which is found on the link tree. Again, all the links you need are pinned in the comment section below. It will bring you over to here. Just click the memberships or click the course and the mentorship, or private message me. Let me know what you think is going to happen at the moment with Quant. Again, it's gone slightly below 100 now, but stay tuned for my Bitcoin update, because again, what Bitcoin needs to do is break through this key level of resistance. If it does not, look over here. So if it does not break through this, then any pumps towards that area is going to be a bull trap, and then we're looking for that continuation lower, simply because we're beneath this golden pocket over here, which should have never been lost. You see how we measured from here, the 1 fib to the 0 fib. You came down to the golden pocket right over there, and you're meant to break the highs of the 0 fib, which, as you can see, put in a lower high, not a high, a lower high. So that's why we eventually lost this support, flipping it into resistance, and that's how we started coming down to these targets. So if we want to invalidate any further downside to these targets down over here, then we need price to reclaim all of this area, this range, which would be about 27.5K. as well as 28.5K. Only then, we can say, oh, Bitcoin is going to go up, so Quant is going to continue going up. But yeah, please stay tuned, because again, it needs to actually break through these resistance points. So at the moment, this bounce on Quant is really just a short-term bounce. That's what I'm trying to get at. At the moment, we will consider it a bull trap. If Bitcoin starts breaking those key areas of resistance, breaking through those moving averages, then it could be a different story. But until then, the expectation is this area is support, and we're ranging between this resistance as well as this area of support over here, and we're just doing something like this until a range break. So that would be a reclaim of this golden pocket over here, about $124, $125. Anything that at any moment where we reclaim that, you'd invalidate any further downside. You could see, as we've mentioned multiple times on the channel, if we were to actually hold this support and start breaking out, and we break above this bear market box, then this would be a much larger double bottom pattern to $300. So I'm always going to be looking at it both ways for you guys. And the unfortunate thing, And it's quite funny because as I keep saying it and keep saying it, a lot more of these quant influencers are starting to look at it both ways, simply because they were so blindsided. They just believe, no, quant, it can only go up, guys. There's only 14 million coins. You only need 10 quant and you'll be a millionaire. Quant is going to 10,000. Quant is going to 100k, and all this garbage nonsense. They don't see how this could ever go down. But it's just crypto, isn't it? All cryptos go down. You know, it doesn't matter that it goes down. It doesn't mean that it's not a strong project. We believe in it. Why would I make videos in it absolutely every single day? It would be pointless to do so. I'd be wasting my time. So I do believe in the project, but I'm also keeping my eyes open to all potential scenarios. And unfortunately, I can't say the same for all the quant influencers. And I've also had some of the people that were hating on me back in April, where I was calling for this destruction or demise or whatever. Not really, just to return to 100, and just saying that there's potential bearish patterns, not even saying we are 100% going down, just making you aware of these patterns. People don't want to hear about that, and I'm getting a lot of those people that were in disagreement actually following me today, so that was very, very funny to see that. But yeah, let me know what you think is going to happen. Because we are under this, do you think we will eventually lose $100 and meet this target? After that, do you think we'll get a bounce that reclaims it and it's happy days? Or do you think the bounce from this location will just be another bull trap, as we're pretty much getting right now? Potential bull trap here to then go lower, potential bull trap here to then go lower. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Hope to see more of you joining my community. That's pretty much it for today. I'm not going to be making any more videos. It'll just be the Bitcoin and the quant, the most important one. So make sure you head over to my Bitcoin video now, and I'll catch you guys in the next quant update. Cheers.